Well, I will not blame the children for getting stuck in CDA. Critical discourse analysis is the toughest of the questions that appear in your A-level English language exam. Now let me break it down so that you can easily smash your CDA and get good marks. Now CDA is not just linguistic analysis, it's about interpreting how language relates to power, ideology, identity, and society. In A-level exams, CDA is often assessed when you are asked to analyze how language constructs representations or positions readers. Now I'll give you the step-by-step method for CDA in A-level English language. And it would start with step 1. Read for purpose, audience, and context, that is PAC. Before anything else, ask who produced this text. Is it an institution or a speaker? Who is the target audience? Whether they are children, professionals, or general public. What is the purpose? Is it to persuade, to inform, attack, or to justify? When and where was it produced? Is it social, political, or historical context? This sets the framework for everything that follows. Step number 2 is identity. Step number 2 is to identify the ideology of power dynamics. Ask yourself, what worldviews, values, or biases are being promoted or challenged? Is someone being marginalized, glorified, or controlled through language? Is there a dominant versus subordinate relationship? For example, a political speech may construct the nation as pure and outsiders as dangerous. Step 3. Break down language levels. Break it down in lexemes and grammar. Use this mini checklist. Lexemes means what? It's word choice. Is it emotive? Does it carry euphemism? Are there loaded terms used? Is it formal, informal, jargon, or metaphorical? Is it animalistic, militaristic, naturalizing language? The government crushed the rebellion versus the government responded to unrest. You can see the difference. Then there's grammar and syntax. Passive voice is always to hide the agency. Mistakes were made by who? That has to be hidden. Modality, that is a certainty or uncertainty. See the use of must, might, or could. Sentence types, imperatives, interrogatives, and exclamators. Next on, you should be seeing the pronouns. Is there use of inclusive pronouns like we and our versus the use of exclusive pronouns like they and them? Or you to direct involve you or accuse the audience. Now I'll talk about the discourse structure. Opening and closing tone. Are there juxtapositions or binaries? Us, we as them narrative. Is there a repetition or slogans? Next come the semantic fields. What group of words dominate? Violence, nature, family, fear. From which field the words are taken. What emotion they are evoking in you. And step 4 is linking the language to representation. Ask yourself, how are people, events, or issues being constructed? Are certain groups stereotyped, glorified, demonized, or victimized? Use phrases like constructs X as ... presents Y in a position of ... It frames the reader to view Z as ... Close reading, analytical reading is very important here. Step number 5. Bring in social and political concepts if needed, not mandatory. This is where you show the depth. You might refer to power that is instrumental versus influential. You can refer to ideology that is dominant versus resistance. Fairclough's concept, synthetic personalization, power behind the discourse, etc. Then comes the representation theory, for example, stereotypes and binaries. After you have all done all of it, Step number 6 is to write a clear paragraph using assessment objective number 2 and assessment objective number 3. Here I am giving you the example of the structure also. The writer constructs a sense of national unity. We must protect our country from invaders. The technique that is used is of inclusive pronouns we and militarist text for effect a shared identity and position outsiders as threats. Sharing with you the example of a structure. Make a point. The writer constructs a sense of national unity. Give an evidence. We must protect our country from invaders. Identify the technique. Inclusive pronoun we and militaristic lexis invaders is used. Effect aligns audience with a shared identity and positions outsiders as threats. Give the context. Reflects post 9/11 political crime. Give the context. It reflects post 9/11 political climate of fear and patriotism. For CDA, you can use several writing starters. I would suggest you to be as natural and as personal as you can. Like this choice of lexis positions the audience to see this. The speaker constructs a representation of X as this. The passive structure conceals responsibility, suggesting this. This reflects an ideology of ... Use the modal verbs. The writer attempts to bring the certainty or uncertainty by the use of these modal verbs. The question types of CDA are mostly based on the unseen texts that are in paper 1, where you have to analyze the power ideology in speeches, news, and letters. Then in paper 2, it comes under the language change and variation, that how attitudes and ideologies evolve. I believe that this explanation will be quite helpful for you to smash the paper 1 and paper 2. For having the help that would help you deconstruct the paper, you can always contact with me. You can give in your comments below onto which topic you want the next reel, and I'll be happy to make it for you. I'm a language and literature teacher in the game for about now 22 years, having a mastery that is unparalleled to many other educationists from the same field. Thank you.